Welcome back to the podcast. This one's probably going to be coming out, I don't know, like Saturday morning. Had some great technical difficulties at the RMU podcasting rooms. But, we're back. We're here to talk about some more Steeler information, talk about the game we got on Sunday, I guess, at the Patriots in Foxborough. So we'll get into that here shortly. But first, we want to offer our condolences to Dale Lawley,
Yeah,
a
I
Steelers
that was
reporter
insane.
and journalist. Yeah, I would say I've over the
When I
past
saw
couple
that, I was a little
years.
shocked.
Yeah, me too. Over the past couple years, I've been reading and listening to him, and yeah, I was a little shocked whenever I heard about that the other day. So I figured, we're kind of in that Steelers journalism world, so I figured we'd offer our condolences because he's a professional. So
Yeah,
and I'd indulge in his podcasts and articles. So I figured it'd be worth mentioning him because he's someone to look up to and respect in Steelers media. That's for sure.
he was a good one. Like you said, for sure. A lot of
Hmm.
his stuff I have read over the years as well. So it sucks. Big loss for the big journalism world. But hey,
Yeah, exactly. But we're gonna briefly look at that Steelers Jets game. Amir talked about it on Monday, but
disgusting.
yeah,
That's one word to describe
um,
it.
yeah, the Steelers 17 points, Jets 31. Not the Jets. It was the
Seahawks.
what's it called?
Seahawks.
Seahawks. Yeah, Seahawks 31. I honestly, the game was close and pretty much until the
That
Caleb
Caleb
Johnson
Johnson mishap.
mishap. Yeah, but the game honestly still shouldn't have been close to begin
Yeah,
with
but
what this
my
roster
biggest
is.
my
It
biggest thing
shouldn't
is
have
that
happened.
defense is looking too shaky within 10 yards. We're still getting killed
Yeah.
within 10 yards. It's a constant thing that's been happening for the last few years.
Hmm.
Teams know the Steelers' weakness and they continue to beat it. But I think a
Yep.
big problem is like the linebackers, they can't cover as good as we think. That's just what I think. But
Yeah.
these are all off
Well, it's
tonight. You guys
that,
have
and
different
then
thoughts.
I saw this thing. Jets came out in a look. Remember that big touchdown to Garrett Wilson week one?
Yeah.
Jets came out in this like tight look that made it look like it was gonna be a run. Seahawks literally came out and did the exact same play and had a big. It honestly might have been a touchdown too, but I don't know if you've seen any clips of that. But yeah,
I
it
don't
just looks like
understand.
schematically. I think it's more of schematics rather than talent right now.
Yeah.
It just comes down to I don't really think Terrell Austin has shown much as a defensive coordinator in
He
the past
shouldn't
several years.
even been the defensive coordinator to begin with, if you
Yeah.
ask me. It should have been Brian Flores, but
Yeah, never should have let him leave the building, but what are you gonna do? That's how they run the
right.
Lurs. They don't really fire anybody
They
unless
should they
we.
needed they need to have a little
I mean,
culture shift.
as of right now, it's honestly Canada bad, and if it continues until I don't know week 5 or 6, I think he'll probably get canned, but who knows? I'm hoping for a bounce back, even because
No,
I drafted the Steelers defense pretty decently
really?
high. I thought they were about to
Yeah,
be
I didn't
nice.
draft them. See, my only thing
I
is
probably
like,
shouldn't have. I was being too optimistic.
not gonna lie, I drop a new defense every single week, and it's been working so far.
Yeah, it's usually a strat. And say Steelers got me negative points, I think week 1, so that was pretty sweet.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, my biggest thing though with at least if they make a switch at like that position, not position,
Mhm.
for the coaching staff, I feel like Tom was just gonna take the reins of the defense. That's just what I feel.
Yeah.
Or they'll
I'm
like,
surprised. I'm curious if he has them even now, honestly, which I wouldn't be shocked if he did.
I feel like he just
We're
has his
putting the
hands in
blame on
everything.
Austin when it should be on Tomlin. Put it on both of them, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, hey, they're the coaches, so they should have these guys prepared. And
Yeah,
also another thing
exactly.
a thing that I brought up in the episode last week is that this team looks so unprepared, which
Yeah.
they always do. But especially with Caleb Johnson, I mean, that's 2 weeks with special
Yeah.
team blunders. That's Danny Smith issue. Like, hey, you got to instill this. Like, these guys should
Yeah.
know the rules of the game if they're playing football. You know what I mean?
Mhm. And Tomlin said he's not gonna have Johnson on that role for a few weeks here. So we'll see if Caleb Johnson will bounce back, whether he'll get in on offense or anything like that. Then offense, I don't have too many notes, but I don't know. It's just kind of you suck on first down, and it kind of just ruins uh, offensive efficiency.
Just gotta protect Rodgers too. He can't be taking
Protect
these
them.
hits.
Don't be taking first down, getting 2 yards on first downs and
Yeah, that
incompletions.
cannot happen. That cannot happen.
You're just digging a hole.
It cannot happen. And
Yeah.
also, DK had a few drops. That was a
Mm-hmm.
little infuriating. Two drops that should have been a catch. Firemoose had a drop that could have been a catch. Calvin Austin had that, pick. When I looked at the play, it looks like the ball was going to Firemoose, and I think,
Mm-hmm.
I,
How about that Fryermuth drop
yeah, that one was
on that
rough.
holding on Austin? Yeah,
Yeah,
I would say that
that's
game was
rough.
definitely winnable. It just comes down to they beat themselves, and that's honestly that's a Tomlinism.
It is. It
Beat
is, and it sounds like
themselves.
what they do all the time.
It's honestly what professionals shouldn't do. I feel like beating yourself in college and high school is understandable because you're still mentally developing and you're
Yep.
also not getting paid like you're a king. But yeah,
Also, yeah, it's probably the CTE kicking in.
like Tua last night. Did you see that interception he threw
Dude, I'm
to
not
lose
gonna
the
lie.
game?
The Dolphins are just so bad.
I just think
They need to
Tua's
fire the
bad.
coach. They need to clear
They need to
house,
get rid of the
honestly.
coach and the quarterback, honestly.
I agree.
I think Tua is pretty
They
horrible.
just need to rebuild, honestly.
Yeah.
I wasn't even big on Tua when he came out of college either.
Yeah, no, his arm's pretty weak.
Yeah.
But we're getting into, looking at this week for the Patriots. We got our roster moves. So we signed a Marvin Leal to the 53-man roster after putting Loudermilk on IR.
Which honestly, I
And
don't know why Leal got cut in the first place, or at least put like where he
it's
was.
because we had 4 edge guys without him. But now since Highsmith's injured, they had to bring him back
Oh
up.
yeah, Highsmith's gonna be out for some time. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
like 2, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
practice
no,
squad, we signed
wait, Carter. I saw
Hodgins.
that it might have been more.
Really? I thought it was less. It wasn't as
Unless
bad
there
as
was,
Loudermilk. Because Loudermilk
yeah,
had the bad one. That's why he's on IR.
I swear Highsmith's made of glass, low key, man.
At least they're not like always season-ending ones.
Yeah, hey, at least we're not the 49ers. They
Yeah.
have the worst injury luck, I think.
CMC stealing all their like juice.
Well, no, Kittle's on IR now,
Yeah. I honestly
which is
think Mac
rough.
Jones might be pretty good there. He had a good start last week. I think they won.
Yeah, they did. They beat New Orleans. It was like
Yeah.
21-20 something.
Yeah. But also we made some P squad signings. Isaiah Hodgins is like a 6'4" big receiver. Juwan Bentley, run stuffing linebacker. He might honestly get called up for the game
Hodgins used to be a
at
giant.
some point. Yeah, I did see that.
Used to be a
I think
giant.
he was decent at some point, but
He
I
was.
don't really think he adds too much with him being, big. I think the
Yeah.
Steelers need some sort of like he's getting open
Well,
on man
Roman
coverage
Wilson. It should
automatically.
be. Not gonna lie. I don't understand the whole Roman Wilson thing either. It's like he gets one snap a game. I feel like.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I think it's just based off schematics and what they'll need. Because I'd honestly
Yeah.
rather have with what they're trying to establish in the run game with, actually being able to run the ball, they need the big bodies out there with like their 3 tight ends and stuff. But yeah, I want to see more Darnell, honestly. Like that
Me
2-point
too.
conversion he caught, that dude looked like
I
a
do not
giant.
understand why they do not go to Darnell more in the red zone. He is a cheat code.
Mm-hmm.
He is a cheat code, and
Just put it
I
up
don't know.
there. I
It
think Rogers
really,
is accurate enough to put it where only he can get it.
I agree, and I think Rodgers will benefit from a guy like Darnell Washington
Yeah,
anyway.
I agree. Looking at some questionable guys, we got Derek Harmon. He might be back. There's a small chance. He's been limited
Huge.
in practice.
That will be huge.
Yeah, it'll be big. And then Porter Jr., Queen, they're questionable. And the other guys that we talked about, like Highsmith's not playing, Loudermilk's not playing. Is there any other big ones? I don't think so. And then Patriots injuries, I looked at their injury report yesterday. It seemed to be pretty decent, so I don't think they'll be missing anybody crucial.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen anything about at least their injuries, at least anything
Yeah,
notable.
couple guys were limited in practice yesterday, and that was about it. So they're probably
Yeah.
going to play.
Can't wait to see Drake May torch us.
Yeah, hopefully not.
Yeah, that would be
The thing is
embarrassing.
the Steelers send the third most pressure in the NFL, but they probably have like I don't know the least amount of sacks. They probably lead
Yeah,
the league in pressures, but they don't finish. I don't
yeah.
think
Well,
the coverage is good
they had
enough.
opportunities to, but they just
Yeah.
don't convert. You
Mhm.
know, and that's really it's very annoying to watch. But I mean, easier said than done when you're watching on TV. You know.
Yeah, hopefully these blitzes start getting home.
Yeah, those do need to keep getting home.
I don't even know. I feel like I might have said third down on that previous thing. I meant to say blitzes. At the third highest blitz rate. Is that what I said?
I
I
think you
don't know.
said that. Oh, well,
I
you'll
believe
hear it
so.
back in post. You'll hear it in post.
Yeah, yeah. Oh well. Nah, I probably won't do anything to it. But changes for the game, I think a big one is um what's a big change? I think the defense just needs to I honestly think they need to blitz more, I don't know, smartly, I guess. Some of their
Yeah,
blitzes have been kind of dumb in my opinion.
I
That's why
feel
they've been
like
getting torched.
I feel like teams know what they're gonna do on defense too. I just feel like the whole entire team is predictable no matter what. But when you look at like at least what I realized from last game with some of the blitzes is like you said they can't hit home with it. But I just feel like they're useless. They're not getting anywhere no matter what. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even if you would get into the backfield, the quarterback's already out of the pocket.
Yeah.
So that's just interesting to me.
I'm hoping um Porter's back for this week. I think if we got all our corners, we're gonna be in a good decent spot.
Yeah, that would be huge. I think can't have Slay and
Yeah.
Ramsey out there all the time. They're getting
Mhm.
old, but
I mean, honestly, I think if they blitz, they should blitz out a man cover too. I think so. They have two guys over top
yeah, honestly, that I think
because that's
yeah,
why they
that
got
probably would
beat.
work.
That's why they got beat on those two plays I was talking about,
Yeah,
where the Seahawks and Jets were in the same exact play. It was like a cover one blitz, where they just have one deep safety, and that deep safety bites on one cross route, and the other cross route just gets open because all these
yeah.
routes and players are crossing.
Oh, speaking of crossing, the Steelers they've been doing that play action pass pretty good as well this year.
Yeah, in the
DK's
first
had a
game.
touchdown with it.
Yeah,
I think there was like one pass in the Seahawks game as well.
it'd be
I
pretty
forget who it
good
was
if they
to.
actually had a good run game too.
See, and I was actually gonna get to that with the hopes and predictions.
Yeah,
I'm really hoping that the Steelers' run game can get going. Jalen Warren,
yeah. I
he
think
had the most yards for passing and well, receiving and rushing. So
yeah.
I think if you use him the right way and you don't, if you not wait, let me rephrase this differently. Stop putting Kenny Gainwell out there when it should be
Mhm.
Jalen Warren.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna get into as well. Like,
I had to reword that a little bit.
whenever they give it to Kenneth Gainwell on first
He
or
gets like
10
1
or, like,
yard.
2nd and 8 out of shotgun, yeah, I don't like that. I'd honestly rather them line up in single back and give it to Caleb Johnson.
I
And
no,
that's saying
honestly,
a
I'd
good
rather
bit because
them just
people are in
switch
Caleb
it.
Johnson's bad graces.
Like honestly, like this is what I would do. I would just put Warren out there first, second down, and then third down, Caleb or Gainwell.
Yeah.
I feel like it should just be like that because
I
I'd rather
think
see
I
Warren. Warren
think,
has more explosiveness.
yeah, I think Warren should be your every down guy, but if he's tired, you put in Caleb for the first couple, and then Gainwell's your backup third down back.
Yeah,
Yeah. But no, that's my hope is just to actually figure out the run game and kind of be smarter with it. I think
yeah.
use Gainwell less out of the run game. I'm fine with him in the pass game, but run game, I'm not too
Me
big
too.
of a fan.
Actually, I was gonna bring that up. I don't mind him in the pass game at all. Him and Warren, I don't
Yeah.
mind him in the pass game at all.
Mhm.
They're pretty good receiving backs.
Yeah, I
So
agree.
and also, another thing. I want them to keep using Jonnu Smith a little bit more and like the way they use him in the Jets game. Like doing those
Yeah.
like little end around runs in the red zone. I mean,
Uh-huh.
we have all these big bodies. We have like 20 million tight ends. Use
Mhm.
them in the red zone, please. That's all that I ask.
Yeah. And then my last, hope is, just put Darnell in there more, especially with the struggling O-line. If he can help out one of those young tackles and actually we can actually get a push in the run game, I think that's gonna be
Yeah.
pretty important actually being able to be a consistent offense.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
All right, predictions. I
Um,
think I think this is gonna be a pretty close game.
Me too. But I think it's gonna be another high scoring one because the defense can't stop anything for their lives.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with um 24-31 Steelers. Yeah.
I'm gonna go on a little negative route here. I think the Steelers are gonna end up dropping this game just because that's what they do. They lose to teams lesser, so I'm probably gonna go with
Yeah.
34-31 around that realm.
Yeah. I was thinking
Or,
about doing that too, but I like to stay optimistic.
well, I mean,
But no,
there's
I
no way
see
you
this as
can.
a game they drop, especially with Vrabel as the coach. I feel like he's more of a hard-nosed guy than Tomlin.
I
So,
mean, Mike Tomlin always loses to those teams that are just
mhm.
terrible. It's the
Yeah,
Patriots too, so they always have that upper hand on us.
yeah. And now we got our one question. So, what's your opinion on Caleb Johnson and his usage and how you think his usage should be or should change? What do you think?
Honestly, I mean, I don't hate Caleb Johnson, but I think he's getting a little bit unnecessary hate. I mean, he's a rookie. Look, he made his
Yeah.
rookie mistakes. Boom. He's not going to make them again. So I feel
Mhm.
like just use him when you need to use him, but just don't kill his confidence. Like,
Yeah,
I feel like he
exactly.
should get playing time, but like,
I
don't
think he's
just.
talented enough to be used, but the Caleb Johnson hate right now might be
But
tearing him down a little bit.
and what I'm scared of, I'm scared that he's going to get used in a way that's similar to Najee, and he's just going to have a fall off.
Yeah.
That's my biggest fear because I don't think the Steelers have had like a solidified running back since freaking
Mhm.
Le'Veon Bell.
I'd
So
like to see what I'd like to see them do with him is in the early part of the game, you use, Warren and Gainwell, and as you're up and you're trying to like chew clock and maintain the lead, that's when you lean into Caleb Johnson because that defense is getting tired. If you use our bigger running back that runs hard, maybe he'll be shedding some
and
tackles.
he's got some speed too. That's the
Mhm.
thing. But I just feel like he has to get used in the right way. Just
Yeah.
so
I think he still has to catch up to game speed too.
yeah.
So I'm honestly curious if he'll get used at all in offense. I don't know if Tomlin's gonna be like punishing him and stuff.
Over the next few weeks, he's probably going to be used very scarcely, but
Yeah.
I think we'll see him come around probably after that.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Oh,
The
coming
Island game?
after like bye week maybe.
Yeah. I think, if
Because
he
we
does
have
get
an
a
early bye
shot,
this year, right?
yeah, it's right after the game in Ireland, which I don't necessarily agree with, but yeah, because they gave the Steelers get a choice because the game was in Ireland. They're like, "Do you want it right after that, or do you want it later?" And they said right after. So
I feel like I don't like the early bye weeks though. I feel
me
like that
neither.
always kills
You
us
want
in
to
the
get
end.
hot. You want to get hot at the end of the season.
Yeah. I don't like when they do that.
Yeah. Oh well. But yeah, if Caleb Johnson gets any shots this week, he's got to be on his A game so he can get back into some good graces and recover from what he was doing from that nice kickoff return thing there that everyone's so fond of. All right, we got our hot takes. Amir, I feel like you're pretty good with leading us off with the hot takes. What do you got? What do you got to
So
end
me
us off?
personally, I wouldn't say this is necessarily a hot take, but I'm
Hmm.
just gonna say it's a take. It's not necessarily that. But I personally think that the Steelers defense is going to get exposed further this week with Drake May. And I think that this is going to lead to a change in defensive scheme and or coaching. I feel like it may lead to like a domino effect of that if the Steelers defense completely craps to bed today. Well, not today,
Yeah.
Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, if you do 3 weeks in a row with the highest paid defense, you're letting up 30 a game.
And
Something's
if
got to
you
change.
and if you look at last year, I think it's what, 7 games now they let up over 30 points or something like that. So that's
Yeah.
not looking good for the highest paid defense. And going on, do you think about, hey, do we trade TJ Watt? Do you look to blow it up?
Yeah, you got to
Because
figure something out.
they talked about Watt over the offseason potentially getting traded, but I will never want to do
They just
that.
got re-signed, so I don't think they'll do that.
Yeah,
No, I mean, yeah, Watt's been fine in the run game. He just has not done anything. No one's done really anything in the pass game.
yeah. I
I
just don't. I
think
just
they just
you know
need
the
to be
Steelers
smarter
need
with what they're sending out there.
the Steelers need Stephon Tuitt back.
Maybe Harmon will do that.
Yeah, it'd be kind of
Um,
cool.
only thing I have to add on to your thing is hopefully they slide YA Black in and keep Harmon,
Yeah,
not at nose because I don't think he's good there. And yeah, they need to figure out that run defense because it's pretty horrible. I'll say that.
Yeah, it's not the best, and I'm not even surprised. I'm not
Yeah.
surprised. Yeah, I'm being a
Yeah,
negative
well,
Nancy today.
yeah, I mean, you lose a game like that where you really that defense is supposed to be top tier and they look like, I don't know, one of the worst defenses in the league, you know. It's kind of hard to stay positive.
Yeah. Especially when you're always optimistic. Like, I'm always the optimistic one. But now
Yeah.
it's just like, bro, I'm tired of being optimistic with this team.
Yeah. And then my hot take is Aaron Rodgers is going to light it up again this week. I think he's I think he's still got it. We saw that in week 1. We just need to see if this offense can put the pieces together. I think
Oh,
that,
100%.
you know, after that loss, I think they're probably going to play a decent bit better. I think once those pieces around Rodgers is a little bit better, I think he's going to be elevated even more. Cuz I think he's at the point where it's like he's a little bit better than a game manager, but obviously he's not like, 30 years old
Yeah.
anymore where he's elevating the whole team. So, I think he's going to be able to pull it off, but it's all just going to depend on who's around him.
I mean, I can also agree with that. I've been saying this all year. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be good. I
Yeah,
think he still has it. You when you have something, you don't lose it unless like you lose the ability to actually do it, like old
yeah.
age or
He's a
your
mental
arms falling off.
processor kind of guy
Yeah,
too. So
that's the thing I like about Aaron
yeah,
Rodgers. Because and you know what? Everyone's like, "Oh, why is he always like so angry? Why it looks like he's pointing people out?" I'm like, I'm glad he does that. He's holding his team accountable.
yeah,
He was like
exactly.
barking out Calvin Austin. I was like, good. Calvin Austin made a bonehead decision to go for
Yep.
the ball that was intended for Freiermuth. So I completely understand why Rodgers is like that.
Hmm.
And I saw people twisting a narrative that he's already a bad teammate. I'm like, don't do that. It's week 2. And
Yeah,
he said that in
it's
his press conference as well.
mhm. Yeah, it's like, well, he was like, with that one pick he threw, that Calvin Austin's in the wrong spot. He wasn't like, yeah, Calvin sucks and freaking dude was in the wrong spot. He was like, yeah, I love him, but he gotta stay in his right spot.
Yeah. And
So I've got
that's the
nothing
thing I want to
against
see out of
Rodgers.
him. Me neither.
Yeah,
I love him. I love him. Even though he beat us in the Super Bowl in 2011. My
yeah.
first,
I
memories of a Super Bowl.
I've got no complaints on Rodgers. So hopefully it stays that way.
Wait, no, there's only one thing that did stick out from Rodgers. Luckily, he was holding on to the ball a little bit longer in that Seahawks game compared
Yeah,
to the
I just
Jets
don't think
game.
they were getting open as well.
Yeah, but that could also, well, the Seahawks did have a pretty, you know,
Decent
tight
secondary.
secondary.
Yeah. All right, that's gonna wrap it up. I'll have a reaction episode out for Monday about the Steeler game. Hopefully it's a positive one.
Let's hope.
Um,
Let's
yeah,
hope.
I'm hoping not to be too mad, but we'll see. It's
Are
usually a
we
little
breaking stuff in
irritating
the
watching these
studio?
Steeler games. Yeah. I'll just record at my house with my mic. So maybe
I
I'll
gotta deal with
I'll
nothing broken.
yeah. All right, that's gonna be it. We'll see you, or I'll see you on, or I'll talk to you on Monday. How about that?
See you
Have a good
guys
one.
next week.
Yep.